Traders. So, welcome to my YouTube channel. Alright, I know I've been MIA for the past few weeks because I haven't been trading. My psychology has not been in the right space to grow and to learn through the market. Now I'm trying to be consistent and I just want people to just follow my journey as I grow as a trader, as I grow into becoming a really profitable trader. This is not about selling signals. This is not about selling courses. It's basically just my journey as I go through this trading journey. Alright. So for this year, I'm just going to be analyzing the markets. I'm going to be taking trades as well, learning my psychology and my consistency. The most highlight of this year is the fact that I'm not going to be trading all of the pairs like I used to do. I'm just going to be taking trades, the most best trades. That is why I'm going to be doing all these Sunday market breakdowns so that I clearly break down each and every pair and give out the best results every other time. Because I'm not just going to hop onto a trade just because someone is taking the same trade as me, just because I saw someone trading the same strategy and hop onto their trading pair. I'm just going to be shutting out all the noise, shutting out all the mentors. I am done listening to other people. I'm just going to be watching their journeys as well, and I'm just going to be acknowledging their journeys. I'm not just going to be copying them. Alright. So the first player for the week is GBP CAD. Right. So on GBP CAD, on the weekly time frame, we are clearly we are clearly bearish. Okay, this is the higher high. Okay, and this is the lower low. This is the higher low, and we body closed below the higher low and began bearish. Okay, we did not body close above or below, so that means we are still remaining bearish. Okay? So we are bearish on the weekly time frame, and we are at the weekly area of interest. There's the first touch. We have the first touch where price used is a resistance, resistance, and we've also used this area as a support. Okay, so we've just bought it close above and we're trying to get back up. Right? Why am I looking to take uh, a bearish or a short trade on this one? This is because we are also bearish on the daily time frame, and on the daily time frame, it's looking super clean. All right. So on the daily time frame, we have a shortest pattern. It's not really clear to see. It's not the perfect head and shoulders pattern, which we will never find in the markets. You have to learn to trade in the blind spot and see these head and shoulders patterns. Okay, so we have the left shoulder, the head, and the right shoulder, and we've broken below the neckline of the head and shoulders pattern, and we are now retesting this daily area of interest, this round psychological level, and we're also touching the EMA, more of like touching the EMA. Okay, so we're bit we are bearish on the daily time frame, and we're also bearish on the weekly time frame. And we are at the area of interest, and that is good. So what am I going to be waiting for this trade? Since we're already at the area of interest and price has been using this area as a resistance for quite some time and as a support, I'm literally just going to wait. Yes, I'm literally just going to be waiting for a 4 hour lower high or a potential 4 hour lower high, and this is what I mean. Okay, on the 4 hour time frame, we are a bit bullish. Okay, we are bullish on the 4 hour time frame, and this is because we're trying to get to this zone, right? So on the 4 hour time frame, I'm just going to be waiting for price to literally drop back down here, creating making this a lower low and a lower high and a potential lower high. So on this potential lower high, 4 hour lower high, this is where I'm going to be taking my trade on the lower time frames. Okay, so the 4 hour gives me a potential lower high. It's going to drop down to the 30 minute or the 1 hour, and I'm going to look for a shift of structure on the 30 minute or the 1 hour and a bearish engulfing candlestick. Okay, those three. All right, a 4 hour lower high or a potential 4 hour lower high. I'm going to be looking for a 15 minute, 30 minute, 1 hour shift of structure, or just simply a 30 minute shift of structure right there on the 4 hour low high, as well as a very engulfing candlestick. Right, this is the trade. So my next pair is going to be GBP NZD, and I'm going to start on the weekly time frame. Always, when you're trading, you have to make sure that you are doing a top down analysis to clearly understand where you're going within the markets. All right. So on GBP NZD, we have this really bearish movement. All right. We're bearish on the weekly time frame, and we are at the lowest low of the weekly time frame, and we do not trade in this lowest low on the weekly time frame. So I'm just going to be taking this trade as a day trade going to the downside, because we have used this area before as a resistance, and it could be an area where price is coming since price broke above, never came back to the zone. It literally just kept on going, creating new higher highs and higher lows. So he's literally created a new area of interest right here, and we broke below the area of interest, coming to this area of interest. We need to retest this area of interest and come back and retest again for price to continue going to the downside, right? This is why I'm just going to be doing a day trade, and I'm only going to be taking this trade if I have the 4 hour time frame move the way I want. Okay, so on the daily time frame, we are bearish and we are at the weekly area of interest. Alright, we are bearish and we're at the weekly area of interest. We have used this area before. Always check for this. We have used this area before. The resistance is support level, and we have used quite a lot around this one and around this area as well. We've used this area quite a lot, okay, more than 3 times. So this is a valid area of interest, and this is what we're going to be looking for outputs for our low high. And our first take profit is going to be here with our time stop loss. Okay, my stop losses, I put them on the 15 hour time, so the 15 minute time frame, or 30 minute time frame, whichever one looks the cleanest. Okay, so this is going to be my first take profit right here. So on the 4 hour, I'm just going to be looking for the same thing as I was looking for on my first pay. Is a potential lower high. I'm just going to be looking for a shift of structure on the 1 hour or the 30 minute time frame, and that would literally give me my entry for this day trade, for the trade to go down. Or this could literally just do this, and that does not matter. We are not going to tell the market what to do. We are just only going to wait for the market to give us the best setup, the setup that we can trade, and we're just going to be taking those trades. Right? Moving on to the next trade, that is going to be USD CAD. Okay, so on USD CAD, we're going to also do a top-down analysis. On the USD we are bearish. Again, this is a short trade, right? So we're bearish on the weekly time frame, and we have just bought it close below the weekly area of interest, and we have retested the first weekly area of interest in the first area of interest, and we have also rejected this. So okay, it's also a previous, it's also um, a daily round psychological level 1,700, and that is a good thing since we are rejecting the weekly previous structure point as well, and we are rejecting the weekly area of interest as well as the daily area of interest, right? So let's just go down to the daily. So on the daily time frame, we came back up, we retested this, and I believe we're just going to retest this one again, or we're just gonna come back up here again. I'm still going to be looking to take the same trade if price does come back up around here, this weekly area of interest. I'm still going to be taking the trade to the downside because all my time frames are in sync and all my time frames are saying it's time to sell. Okay, so I'm just going to be waiting for price to come back around here on the daily time frame, and I'm also going to be waiting for a 4 hour potential lower high. That means I'm just going to wait for the 4 hour time frame to just come a little bit here, dance around here, and give us something like this. Okay, I'm literally waiting for this move right here. This is the move that I'm waiting for. This, I want it to repeat right here, and I'm just going to be taking the trade right here when it reaches. Simple. And I'm just going to be waiting literally for the same trade. Okay, so I'm just going to be waiting for this trade right here to play out around here. And that's basically it. And as you can see, this is a clearly higher low, higher high, body closing below the lower high on the area of interest. And we are retesting this. This is a bearish candlestick, and on the lower time frames that bearish candlestick is literally a shift of structure on the lower time frames, and that's what I'm going to be waiting for on this area as well. And I'm just going to take the trade, and it's usually just going to be a 1 to 3 risk reward ratio. This is a good trade. Okay, so for my last pair I'm going to be trading is GBP USD. For GBP USD, I'm looking to buy on this trade. Okay, so we're bullish on the weekly time frame. We have rejected the previous structure point with a weak moving body closed at the weekly area of interest. So price could still come back down here to the weekly time week of interest to so on as a support since it has used it as a resistance, 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 resistance. So come back here to use it as a support to go up, or price could literally just react off of this daily area of interest as well. So let's go down to the daily time frame so that we can see what I'm talking about. So most of our confluences they are coming from the daily area of interest, and price could not come back here since it has already reacted off of the weekly area of interest. But just like the prey above that we have just analyzed, price could literally just come and do the same thing it did here. Yeah. So we're going to look to take the trade when it comes back here. In our take profit still be the same. It will be literally like to say risk ratio, which is still a good trade for me. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just going to be taking this 1 to 3.5 risk to rate ratio. And the only way I'm taking this trade, even though we have a morning star formation, I'm not just going to jump into this trade when the market opens. I'm also going to be just looking for a potential higher low, a potential higher low, the For our time frame, that means a shift of structure from bearish to a bullish structure, and we're going to research this little zone, right? And on the lower time frames, I'm also just going to be looking for a bullish engulfing candlestick, and that is how I'm just going to enter the trade. Alright, that is so simple. Okay, you should always make sure you break down your trades and they are as clear as possible. You understand them, they are clean, and your charts are also clean. That's the only way you can trade and make money in forex. Keep it as simple as possible and always look to see the correct things. Okay, the reason why I didn't mention this before is because I wanted you guys to see it as well. As you can see, left shoulder, this is the head, and this is the down the shoulder, and I've broken this neckline, and we are looking to reach this neckline to go up. Okay, this is why it's a high potential trade, because this is an inverted head and shoulders pattern. Okay, it does not mean it's a head and shoulders pattern or inverted head and shoulders pattern. It still plays out the same. Okay, it's a high probability setup, and the higher the time frame, the stronger the head and shoulders pattern. Okay, so watch out for this pair this week. On Sunday again, as we review the trades and I show you more trades on which ones to take. Okay, peace out.